Hello everybody and welcome back to another video review for the history of war games. Today I'm going to talk about the German battleship Tirpitz. The Tirpitz was the second of two Bismarck-class battleships built for Nazi Germany's Kriegsmarine, which is the navy, during the Second World War. It was named after the Grand Admiral Alfred von Tirpitz, the architect of the Kaiserliche Marine, which is the Imperial Navy. The ship was laid down at the Kriegsmarinewerf Wilhelmshaven in November 1936 and her hull was launched 2.5 years later. Work was completed on February 1941 when she was commissioned into the German fleet. Like her sister ship, the Bismarck, the Tirpitz was armed with a main battery of 8 38cm or 15-inch guns in 4 turns. After a series of wartime modifications, she was 2,000 metric tons heavier than the Bismarck, making her the heaviest battleship ever built by a European navy. After completing sea trials in early 1941, the Tirpitz briefly served as the centerpiece of the Baltic Fleet, which was intended to prevent a possible breakout attempt by the Soviet Baltic Fleet. In early 1942, the ship sailed to Norway to act as a deterrent against the Allied invasion. While stationed in Norway, the Tirpitz was also intended to be used to intercept Allied convoys to the Soviet Union, and 2 such missions were attempted in 1941. The Tirpitz acted as a fleet in being, forcing the British Royal Navy to retain significant naval forces in the area to contain the battleship. Shortly thereafter, the ship was damaged in an attack by British mini-submarines and subsequently subjected to a series of large-scale air raids. On November 12, 1944, British Lancaster bombers, equipped with 12,000 pounds Talboy bombs, which is approximately 5,400 kilos, scored 2 different hits and a near miss which causes the ship to capsize rapidly. A deck fire spread to the ammunition magazines for one of the main battery turns, which causes a large explosions. And figures for the number of men killed during the attack range from 950 to 1,200 men. Between 1948 and 1957, the wreck was broken up by the joint Norwegian and German salvation operation, and that was basically the end of the Tirpitz. And then of course you also have the general characteristics. Well, of course, it was a big ship and fully loaded. It weighed 51,800 tons. It was 241.6 meters long, which is almost 800 feet. The beam was 36 meters, that's 180 feet. The draft was 9.3 meters, which is 30 feet and 6 inches. It had a total of 160,796 horsepowers, and the engine in the Tirpitz consisted of 12 Wagner superheated boilers, 3 geared steam turbines and 3 3-bladed propellers. The top speed of the Tirpitz is 30 knots, which is 56 kilometers an hour or 35 miles per hour. And it could hold up to 103 officers and 1,962 enlisted men. The armament as it was built consisted out of 8 38 centimeters, which are divided by 4 times 2. It had also 12 times 15 centimeter cannons, which were divided by 6 by 2. Next to that, it had 16 times 10.5 centimeter cannons, 8 times 2 again, 16 3.7 centimeters 8 times 2 anti-aircraft, and 12 times 2 centimeters anti-aircraft, which were just single anti-aircraft guns. After modification, it had 58 times 2 centimeters flak 30s, and it had 8 torpedo tubes of 35.3 centimeters, 38 centimeters. the armament when it was built. Basically, it was an amazing ship. The Tirpitz had some impressive stats, although it never really saw a lot of action. It was more like an immaculate ship. It was still clean. It had no scars, and it only got attacked once by the British Lancaster bombers. And you know, the tall boy bombs actually made it capsize, and that was the end of the war. The Tirpitz, which is a shame because it was an amazing ship. Yeah, so now it's up to me to see if this ship is actually that amazing with all the cannons and the planes, even torpedoes on a battleship, and yeah, if it was really worthy to be the centerpiece of the German fleet. So let's give it a try, and we'll see.
Battle starts.
Problem solved, sir.
Alright, we did it, and I took down a Tirpitz. It didn't go down as the original Tirpitz, but then again, I finally took it down, and winning is winning. It doesn't matter how you win. Yeah, so what can I say about the Tirpitz? It is a huge ship, and you can like really feel it in the game. You do not take a sharp turn with a ship like this. If you press the sharp turn button, it takes you about like close to a minute to actually turn. And then of course you have your cannons who are not that fast, so you still have to wait for them as well. So, and like I said, it's a huge ship. It has a massive firepower, but you cannot shoot that fast. When you're lucky, you can shoot twice a minute. The thing is, if you do hit something, a ship or whatever, it will do some major damage. So you know that's really realistic about this ship. But yeah, I'm just not that good with the ship. So I was thinking for the first 100 followers on our channel, and if you like our Facebook page as well, you could get a Tirpitz. I got 2 codes. One I used for myself to see if the ship was really that powerful, and the other one, you know, it could be yours. So like, follow, subscribe, and you might be the lucky winner of the Tirpitz. Now the only thing for me left to say is thank you for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.